And I want to say this. A lot of people, again, if you go on crypto Twitter, if you go anywhere, there is so much bullish sentiment out there on Bitcoin that you would honestly, if I just looked at crypto Twitter, I'd be like, oh man, the Bitcoin must be near the all-time highs. That's concerning. Another thing that's concerning to me is that if you look at the NASDAQ, all right, the NASDAQ has been going up nonstop for how long? I mean, look at this chart. And again, I have some other data on this, but nonetheless, we've been in an uptrend on this, not only since October of 2022, but look at the recent price action, right? And again, to not see Bitcoin performing better in that environment is somewhat surprising and potentially a bearish signal.
Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao has delivered his prediction for the next Bitcoin bull market. Speaking in a July 5th Ask Me Anything session on Twitter, CZ covered the potential entry of BlackRock into the crypto market, gave an update on regulatory action against the exchange, and his thoughts on preparing for the next bull run. CZ explained that the price of Bitcoin has historically moved in 4-year bull cycles, and his best bet was that this would continue to occur. While he admitted that he can't see the future, Zhao emphasized the upcoming Bitcoin halving event in 2024 and declared 2025 to be the most likely year for the next bull market, stating, "The year after Bitcoin halving is usually the bull year." Hello and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Gareth shares with us his prediction for crypto, Bitcoin, and the importance of adoption to skyrocket the crypto network. So without further ado, let's get started with the video.
So what do we have here? Look at Bitcoin. Now, the reason this is important, and by the way, if you look at this chart, Bitcoin's barely moved over the last couple weeks. But what's intriguing about Bitcoin here is that we rallied up into this pivot high, right? So if we look at resistance, see this high from April 14th, it was 31,045, let's call it. Well, we pierced it here. And then just a couple days ago, we closed right there after piercing, and then look at the selling taking place. So what this is telling me is that Bitcoin is having a very hard time breaking out. And the concerning factor here is that this was, and maybe is still bullish consolidation on the chart, but the problem is it should be at a point of breaking out, and it's not. And that makes me concerned that you look at the downside level of support, which is 29,900, 850, and we might be headed back down there. Now, if we break that and we have a daily close below that, so basically this line right here, that basically creates a failed bull flag. Failed bull flags mean that you can potentially have a major move to the downside. So again, let me recap the analysis on the Bitcoin chart here. So number one, Bitcoin failing again to break out. And for those of you that know the methodology, the PPT methodology that I teach in the Winning Trader series, we know that this is a 2x time count. Time counts are very important in charting. So again, for it to fail and not break out on a 2x time count, that is significant. All right, so again, as it comes down here, can it hold this 29.8, 29.9 level? Does it close below? A close below potentially means a very bearish price action on Bitcoin. If it can rally up here and close above 31,000 or 31,001 and change, whatever this high pivot is here, that again will be the precursor to staying above for a few days and maybe having a breakout. But right now, this price action is not good.
Asked whether he was concerned about BlackRock's recent entry into the spot Bitcoin ETF arena, CZ welcomed the idea, saying it is hugely beneficial for the crypto industry. Since the firm's June 15th filing, many have raised concerns that the intention of major TradFi firms stands in direct contrast to the ethos of Bitcoin as a decentralized monetary network. Zhao also brushed off concerns that BlackRock could eat up Binance's market share in the future, describing the overlap between their respective customer bases as minimal. Anyone who's coming into crypto that's not in crypto today will bring additional people into crypto. Will they compete for any of the existing users with us? Yes, probably a little bit. But to be honest, look at our user base. The overlap is minimal. Zhao explained that increased institutional interest as well as Bitcoin's upcoming halving are the two primary reasons why Binance wants to be prepared for higher trading volumes over the next 18 months. Zhao's comments come just hours after BlackRock CEO Larry Fink praised Bitcoin as an international asset, saying that it could be used as a hedge against inflation and the devaluation of certain fiat currencies. During Twitter Space, Zhao was also questioned about the status of regulatory action against his exchange. While he acknowledged that he couldn't talk specifics, Zhao said that he and Binance are looking for the most expedient and reasonable and mutually agreeable solution possible.
This is a Bitcoin dominance chart. We can easily see it was a breakout, right? This is, by the way, this is what should happen with Bitcoin. All right, this is the sideways consolidation. It tested, well, almost tested, and then it broke out. So that's the perfect scenario for Bitcoin, right? To repeat this chart on the Bitcoin dominant. Basically, and remember, charts replay out over and over again. You'll find this same consolidation on 1,000 other charts out there. And again, the probabilities favor a breakout. If it doesn't break out, that's where you get a failed move. And failed moves in technical analysis result in major moves in the opposite direction. So the reason why I bring up that 29,800, 29,900 level is because if we fail, if the bullish pattern fails here, you should expect a move to at minimum 25,000, maybe as low as 22 to 20,000 on Bitcoin, probably within a month or two. So that's, again, for those of you that are watching, like if someone told me they were long Bitcoin right now, I would say, okay, that's okay, as long as you understand where to exit that. Now, when we go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, this pattern is a little bit negative in the short term. Now, remember, I'm talking very short term. Bitcoin dominance longer term has broken out of the bigger pattern. So again, Bitcoin dominance to me is heading much, much higher. All right, Ben Cowan and I have agreed on this. We've done our show, The No Shill Zone, which is Monday mornings at 11. But basically, you're headed here to approximately this 59, 60% level, right? There's a big level here as well. So this is where Bitcoin dominance eventually will head. And you guys know I'm a long-term bull on Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin longer term. I'm just a very short-term trader. So if we go to this pattern is known as a bear flag, all right? Big move down, inside bar consolidation. What that tells me also is that the likely move for Bitcoin dominance in the short term is to the downside. So again, you may see alts hold up. Now, by the way, it doesn't mean alts are going to go up. It just means alts may hold up a little bit better because they've been hammered than Bitcoin does in the near term here if this bear flag plays out. Now, interestingly enough, I want to show you this. If we look historically at Bitcoin, what do we see here? Well, we see that here was a low from about 40% of dominance. It rallied to 45% and then consolidated and then broke out. Here, we went from 43% to 48%, another 5% in dominance, and then it consolidated here. So what did we do here? It went from 47% to 52%. That's 5%. So again, 5% dominance increase, 5% dominance increase, 5% dominance increase, and then consolidation, and again, overall, even if it goes a little lower, which is what the chart's telling me, it's consolidation. Do you guys see what I'm saying there? It's actually pretty cool on the charting side of things. So it seems to me that Bitcoin is in a pattern of 5% incremental moves on dominance before it needs to consolidate. That, again, is what I'm seeing here.
Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, has delivered pro-crypto remarks amid the asset manager applying to list a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, in the United States. Speaking on Fox Business on July 5th, Fink said the role of cryptocurrency was largely digitizing gold, suggesting U.S. regulators consider how an ETF directly linked to Bitcoin could democratize finance. During his time at BlackRock, Fink has often commented on major events affecting the crypto space, including the collapse of FTX in 2022 and rising interest in BTC. Let's be clear, Bitcoin is an international asset, said Fink. It's not based on any one currency, and so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. Fink suggested that investors could turn to Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation or the devaluation of certain currencies. As CEO of the largest asset management firm in the world, with more than $9 trillion in assets under management as of April, Fink's pro-crypto sentiment could create ripples in and out of the space.
Let's go to the gold chart. Gold, guys, I have been talking about this now for the last couple months, saying that don't buy the triple top, wait for gold to retrace to about the 1900 level, 1915 level, and buy it. Well, it took a long time, but if you were patient and followed what I said, you got major alpha and you got to buy this here. All right. Now, again, look at the move up already starting. This should be the beginning of the next big move in gold. All right. Triple tops versus double tops. Let's do some education. Double pivot high. Here's your double top. Off of double tops, you get big pullbacks. Big pullbacks. Off of triple tops, which was right here, you get shallow pullbacks. Shallow pullbacks eventually lead to breakouts. Okay, especially when your macro pattern is bullish. Very clear this is a bullish consolidation up here from this move to the upside. So again, you're starting here. My guess is this is the beginning of a bigger move in gold. Not going to be straight up. I want to be clear on this. At this point, if you go to the 1970s, the movement in there, this is very reminiscent to the movement in gold. Remember, gold started slow. It started to break the recent highs, the all-time highs back then. It started to break up. It broke up. It was the last leg that's the parabolic leg. That's where, again, my guess is where we're ultimately heading. All right, so again, just a little heads up on that. Gold, again, has likely made a short-term low and eventually will climb to the upside.
So, what's your price prediction for Bitcoin at the end of 2023? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.